I'm Cath and this is Made by Cath Craft. Thank you very much for joining me for this video. It's going to be a bit of a sewing update or sewing catch up. I've got a few different things that I wanted to chat to you guys about on the sewing front, and also wanted to share a little bit of a knitting progress too, so I'll pop that at the end of the video. But yes, a few different things to catch up about, so thank you very much for popping on and joining me today. And I'll kick off as usual with what I'm wearing. And today I'm filming on the last day in April, so it's the 30th of April today. And actually the sun is shining outside, which is lovely. I think I've mentioned over my last couple of videos, we've had quite a wet and cold April here. It hasn't really felt like spring at all, but today it does feel a lot more spring-like. I took a picture actually on the way home from the school run after I dropped the children off at school. I was walking back and I thought the trees look really pretty with the sun sort of coming through them. So I'll pop that up there so you can see what it looks like here today. And yes, it definitely makes me think that hopefully some warm weather will be around the corner very soon, because although the sun's nice and warm today, there's definitely a bit of a chilly breeze still. But yes, things are looking up for some warm weather, I hope. So yes, given the weather's been a bit warmer today, I thought I'd pop on one of my dresses that I think works really well for this in-between weather, where I don't need something super cozy, but equally I'm not quite ready for sort of summery clothes yet. I've got on quite a relaxed dress that I made using a pattern that I've used quite a few times, so you may well have seen me talking about it before. It's this one here, the Cassiope dress by I Am Patterns. I made a few I Am Patterns clothes before actually. They're a nice pattern company. I feel like they kind of have quite a simple style to them. I made the sweatshirt, the pollen sweatshirt for my husband. He quite likes that one. I've made their jacket, a coat by them too, which I can't remember the name of, the Delphine jacket, I think, which is another nice one. But this is definitely the pattern I've made most times from I Am Patterns. So it's a woven dress pattern, quite a relaxed baby doll or smock style dress with a gathered skirt and this sort of relaxed oversized fit bodice with raglan sleeves, and sort of the sleeves have a batwing shape to them. And you could just pull it on over your head. There are no zips or fastenings, so it's quite a simple and speedy sew. It comes together really nicely. I think especially with the raglan sleeve too, because I find a woven set-in sleeve takes a bit more time and can be something you need to sort of take a bit more time over, whereas the raglan sleeve just seems to start quite quickly. You don't have to worry about getting two sort of circles to line up exactly like you would do with a set-in sleeve. So yeah, it's quite a nice one. I've made a few different versions. Although it's quite a simple pattern, there are a few different hacks available on the I Am Patterns website, like blog posts showing how you can adapt the dress. So although it's quite simple, there are a few different things you can do to it to kind of make a different version each time if you wanted. For example, there's like a button down back hack, which I've made before and I really like that. I think you can make it short sleeve for more of a summery dress, which I haven't done, but I would like to do. And there are a few other different ways to play around with it too. And the version I'm wearing today, I made in a viscose fabric that I got quite a long time ago now from an online fabric shop that they must have been closed down now for at least a couple of years. So yeah, this dress I've had for a while, but I really like it, and the viscose is kind of washed and worn really well. It's got this sort of lovely sort of geometric floral design on, which I think is a bit different. So it's got like a deep blue background and these little pops of hot pink and green with the little geometric flowers on. And it's quite a lightweight dress because the viscose is quite a lightweight fabric, obviously. So I have got a little vest top underneath, and I'm wearing it with tights too, just because it's not quite the weather yet for bare legs. So that, yeah, the vest top and tights are keeping it a little bit more cozy than it would be just on its own. I'll put a picture up so you can see what it looks like on. As you can see in the picture, I'm still wearing my slippers around the house. It's not that warm yet. We've just got a bit of sunshine today. But yeah, I'm enjoying wearing it. It's such an easy one to wear. And the size range on the paper pattern isn't the biggest size range, it's the European sizes, which takes you from a bust of 32¼ inches up to a bust of 40 inches and 1/8. But if you go on the I Am Patterns website, there is a slightly larger size range available if you download the PDF version of this pattern. So yes, that's what I'm wearing today, and fingers crossed it won't be too long until I don't have to wear my slippers and I don't have to layer up my dresses with vest tops underneath and the weather's really nice and summery and warm. So, but we shall see. You never know what you're going to get from a British summertime. But yes, I'll move on now to sharing some of the other things I wanted to talk about in today's video. And I think I'll start off by sharing my make that I finished this week. I think when I filmed last week's video, I was partway through and I was really happy to just finish it off. And it is a hoodie dress that I made using the Stella hoodie pattern from the Tilly and the Buttons stretch book. So I had the book for ages, but the Stella hoodie was a new to me pattern, or it's a pattern I was aware of but hadn't tried until last week when I decided to give it a go and make a hoodie dress to keep me cozy when I pair it with a pair of leggings around the house. So yes, I finished my Stella hoodie. I finished it early this week and I wore it straight away. And I loved wearing it, and it kept me really cozy with a pair of leggings. So it really did fit the bill of what I'd wanted. And I didn't want to take it off actually. It was so nice and comfy, and yeah, really, really nice one to wear. So here is my finished Stella hoodie dress in all its glory. I added on the kangaroo pouch. I'm not sure how much I'll actually use it for popping things in, but I guess I might do if I'm sort of, you know, dashing from downstairs to upstairs. I might just pop something in. It was more just because I thought it would sort of finish off the hoodie and make it look like a proper kind of hoodie style. And I sort of used the cotton jersey, the animal print cotton jersey fabric that I used the hood lining for the pouch. I had actually thought originally when I cut out the hoodie pouch pieces, I wasn't really thinking about it, and I cut out 2 in the black. But then I thought it might end up quite bulky because the black is like a brush back French terry, and I didn't want the pouch to feel too bulky, and I thought it might be quite fun to have a little flash of this leopard print there as well as in the hood. You can see it in the hood as well there. So that's how I finished it, and then I added on the cuffs using sort of black ribbing fabric, and also added on a bottom band as well using ribbing. And there is a sort of tutorial in this book for how you can turn the Stella hoodie, which is just like a shorter hoodie, into a hoodie dress. And I think it's just somewhere along here. Where is it? And that just suggests lengthening the main pattern piece and not adding a band at the bottom. But I quite fancied the idea of adding a band at the bottom just to make it feel a bit more sweatshirty, and also just to kind of create that shape where it, almost like a little bit of a cocoon shape where it brings it in a bit at the bottom. So I cut a hemband, and what I did was made it a little bit shorter than the actual width of the bottom of the dress. So you can maybe just see that it does gather it in very slightly to kind of bring it in a little bit at the bottom and give that shape at the bottom. And I'm not sure how much I actually lengthened the original pattern pieces by in the end for the dress. I did lengthen them a little bit too much because I thought better to have a bit of extra length and cut it shorter. And then I sort of clipped on the hemband to see where it would fall to. And it looked a little bit long at first. I felt like it might just feel like it was wearing me and it would be almost too much dress. So I maybe cropped it off by 1.5 inches just to get to a length I was quite happy with. And I'll put a picture up so you can see, or a couple of pictures so you can see what it looks like on. It's so comfy. And I think I mentioned last week, I decided to size up from my size on this pattern, because when I had to look at the finished garment measurements and also at the fit on other people on Instagram, it looked like it wasn't a very oversized hoodie. It was a little bit more fitted. And I wanted a more of an oversized vibe. So I sized up a couple of sizes on my measurements just to give that slightly more oversized vibe. And I really like how it's turned out actually. And I think I mentioned in last week's video that I thought I'd just sew up the sort of size. I'd traced out the 2 sizes larger and then just try it on and see if I needed to make any adjustments and bring it in at all. And I didn't end up bringing it in at all at the seams in the end actually. I really like the size and the fit. It just feels really nice and comfy to wear. The only thing I haven't quite finished yet is adding on a cord just at the front here, because I haven't got one in the right colour at the moment. But I figured I don't really need to add one at all. It would just be an extra nice thing to add on. It's just fine as it is. And yeah, so I'm really happy with how it turned out. It was quite fun just having a play around with the pattern, you know, just trying to figure out how I can make it just so I could make the hoodie dress I had in my mind. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I don't know whether the weather is going to warm up here now, and I might not get that much more wear out of it this sort of spring, but I definitely know it's going to be one I'll be reaching for in the autumn when the weather gets a bit cooler, because it really has made a pair of leggings cozy for me, and yeah, definitely filled a gap in my wardrobe. So yes, that is my Stella hoodie. I definitely would try the pattern again. It's yeah, it just came together really nicely, and so yeah, definitely give it a go again. I don't think I need another hoodie dress, but maybe for a different view, because you know, you can't go wrong with a hoodie, can you? And yeah, it's a nice pattern. So yeah, I really enjoyed making this one. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about in this video was a few ways that I've been styling a new pair of handmade shorts that I made a couple of weeks ago. So I shared these shorts a couple of weeks ago and here they are. And I made them using this lovely stripy lightweight linen fabric. I had this fabric left over from another recent make, which was the Paper Theory Ollier shirt, which is a really lovely, very interesting shirt pattern. The construction is a bit different, a bit challenging, so it's definitely a fun one to get really stuck into if you're looking for a shirt with a difference. I'd really recommend it if you want something a bit of a more challenging make, or at least I found it a bit challenging. But anyway, I made up the Ollier shirt. I thought it would be a really nice one for summer in the lightweight linen fabric, and had some fabric left over, and I used it to make these little shorts, which are a shorts version of the Saguaro pants by Friday Pattern Co., which is a pattern I'd used before. I've made one pair of Saguaro pants in like a viscose linen fabric, and I really enjoyed wearing them last summer. Yeah, really nice sort of elasticated waist, which sort of fits nicely around your waist and then goes out into quite a loose fitting pant. So perfect for warm weather. But I thought it'd be quite fun to try it as a pair of shorts. So these are they. They've got the little slash pocket and the elasticated waist and a little optional tie at the front, and I've just basically cropped off the pattern. And I shared these shorts in an episode a couple of weeks ago, and I was saying about after I'd made them, I was originally thinking I'd wear them out and about, but then once I'd made them, I wasn't sure if they looked a bit too pajama-y, and they'd be better to be used as a pair of pajama shorts rather than every day wearing out and about pair of shorts. But I said I would go away and have a go styling them before I made a final decision. And lots of you are very encouraging that you liked them and thought they might work really well styled for the day and not just to be left in my pyjama drawer. And they would be lovely for pyjama shorts actually, because the lightweight linen would be really nice and cool for summer. But I did think they were quite cute, so I thought I'd have a go at styling them. So the first thing that I thought I'd try was to pop them on with my Ollier shirt and see what they looked like together. Because when I bought this fabric originally, I originally had in mind making like a summery two-piece set that I could kind of mix and match. And then I sort of gone off on a tangent and decided to make the Ollier shirt. And I didn't really know how much fabric I'd have left after that. But yeah, I thought I'd try putting them together and seeing whether it was too much stripes or it kind of worked. And actually, I really love how they look together. I'll pop a picture up so you can see my Ollier shirt and how it looks with these shorts. And I think they kind of give like a bit of a sort of play suit vibe, like a faux play suit vibe. And I thought it'd be quite a fun one to put together for summer actually. I liked it more than I expected. I personally don't think it's too much stripes. I think particularly with the Ollier shirt having the stripes on the front yoke that go horizontally, there's not too much vertical stripe going on. I think if it was a vertical striped top and vertical striped shorts, maybe it would be too much, but I think the playing with stripes in it makes it quite a cool outfit. So I was really pleasantly surprised about how they look together. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I do really quite like them together. So that's one option for them. And then I thought also I'll try them on with what I was thinking originally, like a summery vest top. So I decided to try them on with just a plain, very old, ready to wear black vest top and some black sandals. And I'll pop that picture up so you can see that too. And actually, I wasn't sure if this would give more of a pajama vibe now with like a vest top, which is something I might wear for bedtime, albeit more of a looser one for bed than this sort of more close-fitting one. But actually, I really like how it looks too. I think I'd wear that out and about in summer, particularly if I was on a summer holiday. So I think that's another option for these shorts. It does make me think they could work as day shorts. But yeah, let me know what you think again. And then the final way I decided to try styling them was just to pop them on with a bikini I recently made, because I thought another great option was with them would be like a cover-up pair of shorts. So after I'd sort of been in the pool, just to pop them on to cover up a little bit. And again, the Ollier shirt would go great with that too, and just be able to wear it open with a bikini top maybe. So here are these shorts, just paired with my recent bikini top make. And I talked about that bikini top, I think last week or the week before. I'll link the video where I talk about it. It is the Edgewater Avenue Natalie bikini top. It's a very cool pattern that you can style in lots of different ways. So yeah, how I've got it now is just one of the many ways you can style it. But I thought they look quite nice like that too. And they'd be a perfect nice little lightweight pair of shorts just for popping in my sort of beach bag and just be able to pull out and yeah, cover up after having been either to the pool or to the beach or whatever. So yeah, I think I decided that I'm not going to use them as pyjama shorts to start with. I think this summer I'll try and wear them out and about and enjoy them and see how I get on. But yeah, let me know what you think of the stylings or which do you prefer, whether you like the faux jumpsuit better or the kind of just more vest top and shorts classic look? I'd love to know. But yeah, I know people said they quite like to see how I style this. I hope you enjoyed seeing the 3 different ways I thought that these might work quite well. This fabric is one I got from Ditto Fabrics, which is I have an online shop and also a bricks and mortar shop, I think somewhere on the south coast possibly. And they've got a new website as well, so I'll link their new website down below, which looks really nice. And they always have lots of really interesting fabrics there, so go and have a look at them. I always enjoy having a little browse. I bought some quite interesting fabrics from them. One of my favourite fabrics I bought from them was a viscose fabric that has these kittens on, which is really fun. Whenever I wear it out, people always compliment it because it's a bit different. So yeah. Anyway, I'm really pleased to have had a bit of fun styling these in different ways. So I thought I'd share that in this video. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about in this video is the fact that it is the 1st of May tomorrow, which means that it is the start of MeMadeMay, which is quite a big month, I think, in the sewing community over on Instagram. I don't know whether you're over on Instagram or not, so I thought I'd just run through briefly what I think MeMadeMay is all about. I think it was set up quite a few years ago now by Zoe, who is So blog over on Instagram, and I'll link her account down below in case you fancy having a peek and finding out all the details about MeMadeMay. But basically, I think MeMadeMay is supposed to be quite a personal challenge. It's not really a making challenge where you have to sort of make lots of things in May. It's more about having a look at handmade wardrobe and figuring out how you can make the best of it. And lots of people interpret it differently. So I know some people like to make sure they finish a lot of their whips in May and just get all their sort of sewing projects sort of done and dusted so they can sort of start afresh. Or sometimes one thing I've done in previous years is had a look at garments that aren't working for me and maybe having a go at refashioning them during May so that I can hopefully make more use out of them. And I've really enjoyed joining in over the last few years. I like how it's like a no pressure challenge and you can just sort of make it work for you. And what I thought I'd like to do this year is something I guess similar to what I've done in previous years, which is just to try and wear something handmade every day, but try and mix it up a little bit and reach for things in my wardrobe that I don't reach for so much and try and sort of style them in a way to make me really love them. And just go for a bit of a variety too, so not get stuck in too much of a rut of wearing the same type of clothes. So really start to think a bit more about what I'm choosing and really celebrate my wardrobe and really enjoy what I'm wearing every day and just spend a bit of time thinking about it. So that is my plan, and I think I'm going to try and sort of post some of my outfits over on my stories in Instagram, but I thought I'd also like to do something on YouTube too about sharing my sort of handmade wardrobe through MeMadeMay. So I'm going to hopefully be on here filming maybe like a weekly video where I pop in every day and just talk in brief about what I'm wearing, what I like about it or what I wasn't sure about it, the patterns, the fabrics and that sort of thing. I'm not sure if I'm going to release them on the weekend or I might do an extra midweek video. I have to have a think about what else I want to talk about and what else I've got to film over the month of May and that sort of thing. But do keep your eyes peeled for some videos from me all about MeMadeMay. I'm hoping there'll be sort of quite nice chatty videos where I just share a bit about my days, what I'm up to and what I'm wearing and that sort of thing. And also I'd love to know if you're thinking of joining in with MeMadeMay too. So do let me know below and tell me kind of what your plan is, or you know what you kind of like to what you'd like to sort of be doing in MeMadeMay to get the best out of your handmade wardrobe too. I think it's really interesting to hear what other people are doing. It always gives lovely ideas for ways you can make your handmade wardrobe work better yourself. So yes, let me know and let me know if you'd like to see some videos where I do sort of pop on and share my daily outfits and talk a bit about them. I always quite enjoy doing them, so it's nice to know if other people might enjoy watching them too. But yeah, that's my plan for MeMadeMay. So I'll be on Instagram a bit and on here a bit, just sharing what I'm wearing. I might actually also try and pick out a couple of garments that I have got sitting in my box of clothes I'm not sure whether to keep or not. I might just bring them out and show you and maybe get some ideas of what I could do with them to make them work better, or talk about, sometimes I think even just talking about why I'm not reaching them can make me start thinking about how I could make them better, or whether really they're ones I need to hand on. So yes, that is the plan. I'm really looking forward to it starting tomorrow. I hope we'll have some nice weather so I do get a chance to yeah, just reach some things I haven't had out since last summer maybe, or that might be optimistic, at least some things I haven't had out during winter maybe as much, and have a bit of a variety. I'm sure, knowing the UK sort of month of May, there'll be a bit of a variety, so there'll be quite a few different outfits for different weathers as we go through May. But yes, that's my plans. I'd love it if you join me for some MeMadeMay videos through the course of May. And then the next thing that I wanted to share in this video is some progress on my latest knitting project, which I've really been enjoying working on. And I am currently knitting this sweater here, the Cyrus Sweater by Wool and the Gang, which I got as a kit for Christmas. I'd asked for it for a Christmas present, and I've only just started it a few weeks ago. I've been really looking forward to starting it because I knew it was one I was going to enjoy, particularly because it's got this really pretty diamond stitch on it, which I've really loved knitting up. And I think I showed you a couple of weeks ago how I was getting on with it, and I've pretty much knitted up the front and back, and I was just about to start work on the collar. And I've made a bit more progress over the last couple of weeks, so I thought I'd share where I'm at now. So the collar is all done, and here it is. And yeah, it was a bit of a different way to make a collar. So you have to pick up and knit all the stitches once you've sewed one of the shoulder seams together, and you pick up all the stitches around the neckband. But I had to create extra stitches, which I'm not used to doing, because usually the neckband kind of is bringing the neckline in, and you want it to sit flat, so you want to make it a little bit sort of smaller. But for this one, you had to add extra stitches to create this sort of interesting, extra cozy neckline. So it took a bit of time picking up those stitches, because I had to make sure I added in the extra stitches fairly evenly so that it sat nicely afterwards. And then once I picked up all the stitches, I had to do a 2x2 knit, and quite a wide 2x2 knit, because what you do is you knit it all up and then you fold it over, and the top of the knit is then sort of sewn back onto the neckband here, which creates this really nice cozy neckband. And I really like how the top's got this kind of bubbly texture to it. I think it's a bit different to anything I've knit before, and it just gives a really nice finish around the top of the garment, I think. So I really enjoyed that. I didn't so much enjoy the picking up and knitting and trying to get the stitches even. That was a bit fiddly, but it was worth the time spent in it. And once I got onto the rib knit and then the sewing up at the end to create this sort of double layer neckband, I did really enjoy that. So I'm really happy with the finish around the neckband of this top. And then what I'm working on now is a sleeve. And again, this pattern's a bit different when it comes to sleeves, because with knitting patterns where you do kind of knit them on straight needles in flat pieces, I'm used to knitting up the front and the back and two sleeves and then sewing it all together at the end. But for this one, instead of actually sewing the sleeve from the ribbing at the bottom all the way up and then casting off and then sewing the cast on edge onto the actual garment, the sort of front and back pieces, again, you pick up a knit. So I had to pick up all the way along, sort of, this is a shoulder seam here, all the way along the front and back. And then once I did that, I could start knitting along. So yeah, it was really interesting. It's created a really nice, neat seam along here, where you do pick up a knit, a bit less bulky than when you kind of sew two seams together using this sort of horizontal seaming technique. And then yeah, so it's quite fun now, because now I've picked up a knit, I feel like I've done all the hard work and I could just really enjoy the knitting up the sleeve. And also, I guess I can sort of try it actually when I go along and see how many rows I need to do to get to a sleeve length I like, and I can always add a few extra rows on at that point, just to make it that little bit longer to suit my arms, because I often do find I have to lengthen a lot of arms on garments, because I do have quite long arms. So it's quite nice to be able to work it like this and to be able to lengthen a bit as needed when I get to that point. So I've been enjoying that. It was a bit fiddly doing the pick up a knit, because you need to make sure you start at exactly the same point on both sides. So when I come to sewing up, it'll look nice and even. And again, to figure out how many stitches I need to add in, I think I had to kind of skip a few here to get exactly the right number of stitches the pattern wants for the sleeve width. And to make sure it matched up here to the length you need to start at, because it says you need to start sort of, I think it was like 22 centimetres down from the shoulder seam on each side or something, and then figure out how you can get the exact number of stitches picked up in that gap. So I feel like I've done a lot of the hard work, at least on the first sleeve, picking up and knitting, and I just really enjoy the knitting up the sleeve. And then I've got to start on the other side with the other one. And then when I've done that, it will just pretty much be sewing up the sleeve and side seams and it'll be done. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. As you can see, it's a really pretty stitch, and I'm knitting in this hot pink yarn, and it's a cotton yarn. So I think it's going to be quite a nice sweater that you could sort of wear in winter with a cozy top underneath, or wear in summer with a lighter weight, maybe a vest top underneath. It would work quite well for a summer knit too. So yeah, I am enjoying it. I'm just trying to sort of enjoy the knitting and the mindfulness of it in the evenings as I watch a little bit of TV, and not sort of rush it, because yeah, just to take my time over it. There has been a couple of points where I've missed a stitch and realised my stitch has gone slightly off and I had to unpick, which is a bit of a faff. But again, I'm just trying to enjoy that as well and just not to rush the process too much. And yeah, it's coming along nicely. So I'm looking forward to finish this one, but I'm enjoying the process too. I love that about knitting, how actually just the knitting itself is just enjoyable as a final garment, I think. So yeah, that is my Cyrus sweater. And yeah, hopefully I'll make some more progress on this over the next few weeks and to be able to show you a finished sweater at some point in the not too distant future. So I think that's everything that I've got to share in today's episode. So thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully I'll see you again for a video soon to do with MeMadeMay. But in the meantime, I hope you have a lovely weekend and you get a bit of a chance to do some sewing or knitting or something crafty in the very near future too. If you have enjoyed this video, please as ever do give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you for another video again soon. Thanks again, bye!